It was a rainy afternoon when I had the accident at the construction site. I slipped off the scaffolding and broke my left leg. At 67, the doctor told me it was too risky for me to live alone in New York for a while. After more than 40 years in construction, I'd never felt such humiliation. "Mr. Anderson, we can arrange a home care aide for you," the care manager suggested. I absolutely hated the idea. Being taken care of by someone else, especially bathing, felt incredibly embarrassing. But living alone, with my wife gone 5 years now, I had no other choice. The aide sent was a 60-year-old woman named Sarah. She was a veteran, saying, "It's fine, I'm used to it," completely unfazed. But I was different. In 67 years, seeing a woman naked, other than my wife, was a first. I remember that first day vividly. Sarah was utterly professional, just going through the motions. But my body was honest. The tension of being naked in front of a stranger and the sensation of a woman's touch after so long made me react uncontrollably. My construction-hardened body might be losing to age, but my masculinity was apparently still alive. I was mortified. "Mr. Anderson, all men are like that. Don't worry about it," Sarah said, continuing her care as if nothing had happened. But I felt so pathetic I couldn't sleep that night, reacting like a teenager at my age. From then on, Sarah came punctually every day. At first, my body was stiff with tension, but gradually I got used to it. Or rather, my body seemed to have memorized Sarah's touch. "We have a little extra time today, so I'll wash you thoroughly," Sarah said about a week later. From that day, her care seemed to change slightly. She started taking more time, washing me more carefully. When she washed my back, usually just a few strokes, that day she stroked the same spots repeatedly, gently. She treated the old scars from work and my sun-darkened skin as if they were precious, saying, "It's hard to get the dirt off here, you sweat a lot in this area." Her hands moved in circles around my shoulder blades. Her touch was so gentle, and my body started reacting again. Even my construction-hardened muscles were powerless before her. But the real problem came when she washed my front. "I'll wash your front now," Sarah said. It was fine when she started on my chest, my construction-hardened chest, which she washed carefully. But when her hands moved to my stomach, I felt something was off. She was taking unnecessarily long, washing with such gentle strokes, like polishing old wood. I had several small scars on my stomach from work. Sarah checked each one carefully as she washed. "Oh, sorry. Not enough soap," she said, adding more soap and washing the same spot again. But I knew. There had been plenty of lather from the start. Yet, she kept stroking my stomach repeatedly. That's when something strange happened to my body. My lower abdomen felt somehow warm. "This isn't good," I thought. "This shouldn't be happening. She's a professional helper, and I'm just a client receiving care." But my body was honest, reacting no matter how much I tried to control it with reason. It felt like the strength in my lower abdomen, like when I lift heavy things at work, was gathering there. I could feel blood rushing to that area. "Mr. Anderson, relax," Sarah said, moving her hands to my upper thighs. Her small hands enveloped my thick worker's thighs as she began to wash. "This area also gets dirty easily, so let's wash it thoroughly." Her hands began to wash the inside of my thighs, carefully, so very carefully. This was completely out of control now. My body was honest, reacting no matter how much I tried to control it with reason. My construction-honed self-control was useless in this situation. In fact, the more I tried to hold back, the stronger my body's reaction seemed to get. And then, what I feared most finally happened. A part of my body began to harden. I tried desperately not to think about it, but when Sarah's hands reached the very edge of my thigh, there was nothing I could do. I'm sorry," I stammered, trying to apologize. But Sarah didn't seem surprised at all. "It's natural for men, don't worry about it," she said. But at that moment, I thought she might have blushed slightly. Even professional helpers are still women. Finally, "I'll wash this part too," Sarah said. And when her hand finally reached there, my mind went blank. I was more agitated than when I had the accident at the construction site. Her touch was so incredibly gentle. like handling something fragile. Normally, they'd just quickly wash it and be done. But she took her time, washing it so carefully, so thoroughly. Her hands were soft and warm, completely unlike my dirt-stained hands from work. "Mr. Anderson, does it hurt?" When I heard those words, I was at my limit. Was this just standard care? Or did it have some special meaning? I no longer knew. I just felt an electric sensation every time Sarah's hands touched my body. "No, thank you, it doesn't hurt at all," I replied. Sarah seemed to smile a little. And after that, her hands continued to wash my body carefully. Truly carefully. From then on, I started eagerly anticipating Sarah's visits every day. At the same time, it became harder and harder to control myself. I knew she was genuinely performing her duties, but my body just reacted on its own. When I was working construction, I felt pathetic for being so weak. But now, it felt like even this reaction was proof that I was alive. Around the third week, I finally blurted it out. "Sarah, could you wash me a little longer?" "Huh?" Sarah looked surprised. I didn't even know what I was saying. I, who never showed weakness on the job, was making such a request. "No, it's just. It feels like a massage. And it's nice." "Oh, okay, I understand," Sarah said, pausing for a moment, then started washing me for longer than usual. But her face was clearly perplexed. I became afraid of myself, knowing I was going to escalate. "Sarah, could you wash my back a bit more carefully too? And my thighs? Could you wash them a bit more thoroughly? This area gets dirty easily. And there too, could you spend a little more time? It's always been prone to getting dirty." Each time I made a request, Sarah's face would flush. But she never showed any displeasure, just complied with my demands. I never thought the pushiness I developed from construction work would come out in this way. "Mr. Anderson, I'm just here to perform my duties as a job, you know," Sarah said one day. I realized I was doing something terrible. I might have been making unreasonable demands. "I'm sorry, Sarah. Did I say something strange? It's just a habit, making too many demands." "No, it's fine. But I really am just sincerely performing my duties as a professional." Hearing Sarah's words, I felt ashamed. She was truly just doing her best as a professional to keep my body clean. And yet, I had been harboring strange expectations and making unreasonable requests. But I couldn't help my body's reactions. Every time Sarah washed me sincerely and carefully, my body reacted honestly. I knew she had no ulterior motives, but I had lost control of myself. To be so unable to control myself at this age, perhaps this is what getting old means. "Sarah, I'm really sorry my body just reacts on its own. Mr. Anderson, a man's body reacting is natural. Please don't worry about it." Sarah said this, but I could see she was troubled. She was just doing her job diligently, but because of me, the situation had become awkward. Yet, as bathing time approached, my heart would pound, and my body would feel warm. Just remembering Sarah's gentle touch made my body react again. I didn't know what to do anymore. Sarah was truly a good person, providing the best care as a professional. But my body and mind could no longer accept it as just ordinary care. I never thought I'd feel this way at 67. I thought I'd never have such feelings for a woman again after my wife passed away. Today, too, the time for Sarah's visit is approaching. My body will probably react again, and Sarah will probably make that troubled face again. But I can't suppress these feelings anymore.